Uh-oh.
To remember everything else in this goddamn game.
Uh-oh.
That's true.
So I don't
Sorry, Bart.
know.
Sorry, Bart. You forgot to unmute you guys, so it was just me yelling at nothing. That rant didn't make any fucking sense to anybody on my stream.
Yeah. The name has absolutely no bearing on what we might do today. It was really, we've got one of three things that could possibly happen today, or all of them. I don't know what you're gonna do. You've been presented with several options.
For the first time in D&D, we're gonna get a lot accomplished. Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
I don't know what we're gonna do either.
Morgan like
what
that
happened
one.
last week?
Who was that?
That was you.
Oh,
Mike.
fuck. The okay.
Like several seconds.
Well, we picked up last week while we were in the bowels of the Tresendor Manor. We were wandering around the inner sanctum. We had just spoken to the Nothic down there, and then we had ventured into a poker game of sorts. While I stood in the hallway bravely guarding our retreat, the rest of the group entered the room and immediately fucked up, is basically how that worked.
Yep.
I don't want to point fingers, but Ikas did tell me that it was Gylan's fault.
Okay. Yeah.
Ikas,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
So we then proceeded to murder those four people who were drunk as a skunk. Which, if you're gonna go out, that's not a good way. That's not a good way to go out. We then went into a room to the south, despite completely knowing we were supposed to go in the other direction.
Thank you.
Well, we wanted to know what was south because there had been more rooms. We knew where we were supposed to go. But we was, covering our backs and everything.
Is it truly beating a dungeon if you don't 100% the dungeon? That's
Right.
all I'm saying.
Right.
You also didn't.
I know, and I want to go back.
I'm sorry. La 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 la
We
la
only
la.
didn't because
I'm sorry. La 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 la. I have to
They
do
were
this. I
all
have
like,
very large ears.
boo-hoo, we're gonna die, and I was just like, come on, and then I was like,
I did. I don't know if you remember, Killian, but you and I both got our fucking shit pushed in at one point or another.
it happens.
We scared them off, made a friend with a goblin, and then headed to the direction we knew we were supposed to go. Killian's expert detective work found us his secret exit, of which that went poorly. The other, Gylin, Ikis, and Killian led the 4 attack, as myself, Ice, and Sister G found our way in through the back. I made a dramatic entrance twice because the first one didn't actually enter the room, and Gylin kicked a guy to death with his fucking foot. He kicked a guy to death with his fucking foot.
I mean, like, not on purpose so much, but yeah, kind of did.
We found out after the fact that he might have been someone we didn't want to kill, but that we were paid to kill him, so we did. Took his staff, took his correspondence, and any other things. I think I robbed his alchemical components. I actually think we tossed over his body as well for simple gold and jewels. You know, it sounds poorly when you say it back. Anyway, we went to the, it was the middle of the night, and we decided to wake everyone in the town up to make us get paid immediately.
You're good people.
I feel like I am having a very dramatic effect upon some people in this group, specifically the lawful good Ice.
Yeah, I'm lawful. He's a bandit.
We were paid We were then paid again. We then, I showed off Guyland to all of the local floozies. I didn't want to say it out loud, but since we're just throwing that word around. It works well when you say, he kicked a guy to death. It's very impressive. And that leads us to the next morning, I believe.
We also visited Alia. Alia?
Oh yeah.
Ickes and myself did that.
That was the second time we got paid, and
Yes, we dropped off the correspondence that she wanted, and we did leave the staff. It's staff of defense. It's pretty nice magical staff. I asked her about keeping it, and she said she'd be fine with us keeping it if we do her a favor. And I believe she wanted to know where Wave Echo Cave was. Is that the thing? Okay. She said she was a member of the Zentari. Sounds like a StarCraft name, but they are kind of evil. Yeah, they're evil. But
they're like.
I mean, you have them listed as an evil organization.
I know evil. They're like fucking Girl Scouts evil.
They're not good. But she did kind of offer feelers for Ickes and myself to join. I politely refused. But I did say that I would talk it over with the party to see if we wanted to agree to her terms to take the staff.
I was trained in Nestle Corporation evil. You fucking talk to me when you get to that point.
That's just... I don't think I'd be in your party then.
You have been. In fact, you continue to listen to me.
It's over the line, man.
Yeah, and that one lady, she was like asking me if I wanted to join the Harpers, and I was like, I don't know if I want to join an organization. That'd be kind of weird. Do you have a pamphlet?
Yeah.
And then Ice jumped out of a fucking bush.
Meanwhile, no one wants to invite me to any clubs.
We'll start our own club, Killian. Just you and I. It's called Get Rich or Die Trying. I was going to say something else like way worse, but I'm going to go with that. Ickes, anything to say?
No, I think you covered the notes pretty well.
That's not Ickes, that's fucking Patrick.
No, I think that you covered the Adventures Journal very well.
Thank you, Ickes. Thank you for that. Very concise.
It's about the only thing you've done very well since this whole thing has began.
And at some point, you need to stop speaking. I said we're done, and then you kept going. There's a lot. I'm trying to be nice.
We leveled up, too.
We did, yeah, we're level
Also
4
level
now.
4.
Yes.
And
Leveled up to level 4.
And speaking as Michael, it took me a long time to figure out what to do.
Did you pick your spells, Michael?
Do I have... Actually, let me check.
Every level you get 2 spells.
No, I know. I have 12 spells now in my spellbook. Yes, I did.
After the stream was over, I did discover my faith.
Yes.
The butter god.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing it.
I did talk to Laura about it, what we discussed a little bit, in case you want to go with that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because this is... God
I
damn
will
it, I'm gonna push
all
it.
the traditional pantheon of the Faerun lore and the butter god.
I think the butter god's gotta be like... I don't think he's Fey.
We'll
It's
see.
like celestial, but gluttony.
Sorry, I didn't hear any of that because my
I think that would be a
headphones went
demon, Mike.
No. It's like a fat cherub. Because he's a beautiful fat cherub. Not anymore.
He's the god of plenty.
Yeah.
The god of abundance.
He's the god of proper seasoning, God damn it.
Sure.
Salt and pepper is where you start. White people.
And where you end with a steak. Just so.
Yeah.
I like I like
Let the meat speak
heavily.
for itself.
I agree with that, but I do like heavily seasoning the toppings. If you do like onions and mushrooms and stuff like that, doing like a slight spicy, heavily seasoning on that, so that it's a slight different flavor on top. What are we playing D&D?
Oh no, I want to keep talking about seasoned steaks.
I do too.
Eat one. The Butter God is a Durnk Industries thing that has come across and been placed in several of our campaigns.
The Butter God is my child when he was about 6 months old. That's because he was a perfect sphere, and he is the Butter God.
Mm-hmm. So the Butter God gets translated into all versions of this game that we play. All right, so you all got a long rest and a level up. It is the next morning. You have several trails you could follow. What's on the agenda?
Bars, you fucking know
the day is
mayonnaise
yours.
is in the season.
When we meet up, I'd like to first kind of share what Ickis and I went over with Halia, with everybody, and say that I would say to Zafthel, if you are interested in that staff, Zafthel, I feel like that would be useful for you. And also, I kind of feel like we have to go to Thunder Tree anyway.
I agree. We do need to go to Thunder Tree. However, I do not believe we should do it now.
What do you think we should do now, then?
I do not like doing things for free, and I do not like owing people things. As it stands, I believe we owe G a bit of a debt.
Because she's got that
Continuing Banshee thing she won't shut the fuck up about, yes.
the Banshee.
She did help us out quite a bit.
So that means we got to go help her.
We believe we do the bare minimum of what is required to fulfill our debt unto her.
She helped us, so then we're gonna go help her. Got it. Okay.
She's
Okay,
going.
okay.
I think the bare minimum here, and if I may, she is going to continue to chase this thing. We simply make sure she doesn't die while doing it.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. Let's go talk to her.
After that, we may chase to Thunder Tree. Perhaps then we will have even more of the town's assistance. Ickis, your thoughts? I'm sorry, I'm not quite. Your dialect is very thick.
It's not as thick and talking very lightly. I'm not sure that I'm on board with this plan. I think maybe we should go to Thunder Tree first.
Which place?
Did you say why? Oh, sorry, Gillian.
He thinks we should go to Thunder Tree first.
I mean,
Do you
I guess we have been tasked with finding a ride-up.
We were asked if we wanted to do that.
Well, no, in order to keep the staff, that's what you need to do.
No, I gave her the staff back, and I said I'd talk. Sorry, you were there, so you know this. I gave her the staff back and said I wanted to talk to the group first before I made any commitments with that. I will say though, I think the Banshee's supposed to be close to town, so it might be a thing we could deal with quicker.
Ickis, if you
believe
truly,
Thunder Tree's a ways away.
Ickis, if you truly believe that it is Thunder Tree first, do you not think
I
it
will go
stay?
with whatever the troop decides to do. If it is something that's closer and it's easier to do, then might as well do it.
To go with Ickis's train of thought, however, Do we believe that the compatriot we are looking for will live another few days? If he still is alive, which I truly believe he's fucking dead, but...
Well, the Banshee... So the reason that Halia wants us to go to Thunder Tree is to get the location of Wave Echo Cave from right off. The
Yes.
Banshee supposedly will answer a question for you if you fulfill her request. The location of Wave Echo Cave seems like a good bit of information to ask of her. Assuming she knows where it is.
Do we not have another question to ask? This world is full of nothing but questions. If we know
I
what
can
the
think
answer
of-
to one of these is, would it not make more sense to save an endless encyclopedia for something else?
I mean, I don't know that she's all-knowing. I think it's any question that she knows.
Given this information, I believe we should all vote. Those who believe we should go with Ickis's plan and go to the tree.
No, as I said before, I'm more than willing to go with what the group wants to go with. If I believe Ice has a very good point that the Southern Endeavor may take less time, and to your point, winning over more of the city towards us.
I also feel I must point out, Thunder Tree is not only home to Rydoth, the druid, but also a green dragon that apparently is abducting my kind. That's something I want to address, but I am in no particular desire to be abducted at this point. I'm not confident that we're capable of defeating a green dragon at this point.
Okay.
They're generally, I hate to generalize people that I've never met, but they're generally not friendly.
Isn't your god a dragon?
Yep. He is not a green dragon, though.
Ah, so it's a color thing. Got you.
As I said, I hate to generalize, but sort of how it is with dragons.
I see.
Okay, so this conversation is making me kind of uncomfortable. So couldn't we talk about something else?
Okay.
So there's a lot going on. So I think maybe we should just start with what's close and then like figure out other stuff. So maybe we just go and, just deal with whatever this is that we're supposed to deal with here, right? We're paying somebody back.
Yep.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I believe Sister G should just be right outside.
What would you like for me to roll ODM of the Zoom to know about Banshees?
Roll Arcana. Oh, that's why you're so damn quiet.
What? Did you mute me?
No, I had my volume turned down from when I was playing games yesterday when my headphones died.
That'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
17.
You would know a fair bit about Banshees. Likely the, whatever kind of meta lore you as a person would know about Banshees. Tend to come out at night, generally have a lair or something that they are tethered to. The idea of one answering a single question is unusual. Most lore of Banshees is that they kind of like lure people in to then kill them. They generally are not necessarily something that folks talk to much. It's kind of a come hang out at my lair and let me eat your soul sort of thing. So one that asks or allows questions to be asked is an interest, like that's intriguing to you.
Ice, I believe you have put together a, what do you call this? Friendship with this woman. Would you like to go speak to her on our behalf?
Sure. Can certainly go do that.
Good, because I'm staying here and eating eggs.
I'm gonna go grocery shopping while you guys are out. We've been eating pretty poorly.
Wait for me to eat. I would like to go with you, Killer. If you do not mind the company.
I would love the company.
I would head over to Sister G's then.
Okay. What are the other two doing? Guylan and Icarus.
Guess I'll go with Ice.
Sure.
See Sister G. I mean, she's pretty nice.
Yeah, the same with Guylan.
So the three of you, now you've split yourselves. Who should attack the town? I'm just kidding. No one's attacking the town today.
But you can.
Yeah, the three of you very easily make your way just across the street to the Shrine of Luck, where Sister G is out already this morning working on putting that back together.
Morning, sister.
Morning.
Well, first we wanted to thank you very much for your help yesterday. Greatly appreciated. And,
yeah, no problem.
And we'd like to repay that assistance and help you out with your Banshee issue.
Excellent.
We were hoping to get some more information from you about it first.
Yeah. Let's see, what can I tell you? She's out. She's got a little hovel kind of lair out in the forest, sort of in between here and Phandalin. This is Phandalin here in Coneybury. She's a bitch. But I mean, that's pretty, she's a banshee.
She's a
so,
she's a child.
I'm apparently not nice enough to her to get my question answered. So I was sent here by the Harpers to do some research. We're looking for a spell book, a particular spell book from a guy named Bowgentle. And I'm coming up short, and I heard rumors in the town about this banshee that will let you ask one question. So I would like to ask her about where Bowgentle's spellbook is, so that I can finish my mission for the Harpers and get myself back to Neverwinter. As much as I love building this freaking shrine, I would like to finish my job.
Does she answer one question per person, per party? How does that work?
I don't, because I've never gotten her to answer my question.
Is there like you gotta take a number or?
Too sassy.
Well, I admit that we have a question we'd like to ask her as well. But,
and if you're too sassy.
But it's not our only option for getting the answer. So if it does come down to one question for our whole group, I suppose it would be okay to have you ask her.
I should not go with you.
40% of Sarah's feed is always cat
I have
butt.
been so many times that by now I think she will probably just disappear if she sees me again. That's why I was hoping for fresh faces to get that answer I'm needing.
Okay. Well, we can certainly try. Could you tell us anything about how it goes? Do you just talk to her, or?
Here. And she runs into her house and comes back out with a very pretty hair comb, silvered, jeweled hair comb that she hands to you. And she says, I thought maybe the last time I went there, I could like bribe her with some pretties, some shinies, you know, the whole like, your hair is so lovely, here, have this comb. I'm not good at lying, and so therefore she was not a fan. But you can try giving her this pretty comb, telling her she's pretty.
Okay. I take the comb.
That's my best guess. Really, she does not like me.
All right. Well, I suppose we'll have to figure it out. Could you mark on my map where exactly we're?
Yeah, I
Headed?
can. I will go to the map. I will say, because this is the map for the game as the game is usually played, and because I have changed some things, where it is marked on the map of being where Agatha's lair is not necessarily.
It was Agatha all along.
It was Agatha all along. Is a little closer to Coneyberry than where I actually envision it for this. So it's probably more so in the woods around here, in between Phandalin and Coneyberry.
Okay. Closer to Cragmaw Castle, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
That's another place we've been told about.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know where that is, actually?
Yes, Droop marked it on the map for you.
That's right. Good
In
old
crayon.
Good old Droop.
Oh yeah, Droop's there. You're visiting Sister G. She took in Droop. Droop is there helping you build up this shrine.
We'll let my other party members talk to Droop if they feel like it.
I ain't there.
Oh, that's okay. I'm good.
How we adopt so many fucking NPCs. How is this one we're just like, nah, fuck that guy?
That's this guy. No,
I think it's the name, if I can be honest.
Yeah.
just
I feel
come
like
across as
for
a little
this
bit
party
needy.
and for the way you all just generally are, taking him to Sister G is basically adopting him. So
Right. But remember that he does have information that could come in useful later
Torture him later, understand.
on the whereabouts of different things.
Mm-hmm. Hot pokers. Gotcha.
In any case,
You're not even in
thank
the
you
room.
very much, Sister G. Ickis is talking to the air for some reason. It's very strange.
We got a bond. We got a bang.
yeah, no, much appreciated. If you can get anything out of her, remember it's Bo Gentle's spell book. That's
Yes.
what we're looking for.
I wrote it down, actually. So I will remember. Who is Bo Gentle? Is that one name or two?
One name, and this is a question that I figured you were going to ask, but I'll be honest, I didn't think about it until right now when you reminded me that you might go to the Banshee, because I definitely thought that you were just going to skip that.
I'm pretty sure I told you
he
between
is-
episodes I was going to try to get us there.
Yeah, but I forgot. Let's be real. I got really excited about other things. Roll me a history check to learn more about Bo Gentle.
Okay, that was kind of a question directed at Sister G, though.
Oh,
So I wasn't like trying to recall. I was just asking.
Gotcha. It's the character voice. I have a hard time differentiating, Morgan, between. Yeah, she would tell you he's legendary wizard. Hung out in that city, Silvery Moon.
Amazing fried chicken.
He, basically was kind of an adventurer. He ran around looking at dangerous places, kind of in search of hoarding magic. He's got a legendary spell book because of how much shit he found out in the adventures that he went on.
Interesting. Okay,
It's a good thing you guys don't have.
sounds good. I think that's all the information we need. So we'll see you when we speak to after we've spoken to the Banshee.
I'm not letting go.
What
of this
was her name
chicken
again?
joke,
Sorry, the Banshee.
Agatha.
Agatha. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I actually did have that written down. Cool. Okay. Bye, Drew. Stop.
Bye.
Stop licking the shrine, Drew. Don't do that.
Laura, also don't do that. This is being recorded and put on the internet.
Full character.
All right, you
I
do
like
you. I'm just trying to
this
help.
rock. This rock tastes like salt.
Good for you, buddy. All right.
He
All
does
right.
seem like a bit of a rock licker, doesn't he?
So we'd head back to the inn then, unless you guys have any shopping you were looking to do.
Gotta be honest, I'm not really sure what we're gonna do because we're not supposed to go there and like fight the Banshee. We're supposed to ask it like questions, right?
Yes, I imagine we'll just have to charm her, convince her that we're worthy of asking a question.
Okay.
I can do the talking.
Do we get more
Yeah.
than one question? I'm just on. Never mind.
Well, no, you raise a good point though. If we ask her about the spell book, we might not be able to ask her about the cave. I assume that's what you're worried about.
Well, yeah. And Zaffa says there's like lots of questions to ask. So I don't know if we just get one question or if we get lots of questions or just. I don't know. I'm doing it again.
No,
Sorry.
you're fine.
Sorry.
You're asking questions,
Oh.
which is what you should do.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Okay.
It could be an issue where to help out the sister, we have to ask her question and don't get our questions answered. But it's not the only lead we have. We can always still go to Thunder Tree if we need to.
Okay.
As
All right.
as Zaffa pointed out, Sister G did help us. I agree. We should repay the debt.
Okay. Ickis. You understand what's happening right now?
Okay, so we're gonna go talk to the band. Yeah, wrong character. Right. So we're going to talk to the Banshee Agatha,
Right.
and we're going to ask a question. And it's still very, very unclear on how many questions we get to ask her.
Okay. So it's the same. Okay. So we're on
So I'm hoping that we don't get there and somebody says,
How
"How
are
many
you?"
questions do we get to ask you?" And she says 1, and then we're done.
So
That's definitely going to happen.
don't tell Zaffa about the question.
Yeah, but you know he's going to ask something anyway.
He's gonna ask questions.
Right.
If Zaffa's self-interest, he's definitely going to be concerned about his self-interest. comes to be a primary concern for him. Point out, as he said, he doesn't like being in other people's debt. I think for this task, primarily, we should focus on helping out the sister. If we can get our own information, great.
Right. And while we're there, we're supposed to be asking about the spell book from a Mr. Bo Gentle.
Bo Gentle.
Mr.
Apparently
Bo
a
Gentle.
famous wizard.
Bo
Yes.
Jingles.
Mr. Bo Gentle.
The fried chicken is fantastic.
Dance. I don't know.
It's got a
Yeah, I thought Bo
Nashville
Gentle,
hot.
I heard his name.
It's gonna make
Great.
a waffle joke myself, but I'm not gonna now.
fuck. Now I want fried chicken. God damn it!
Who
I had the
wrote this
KFC
character?
Nashville hot the other day. It's actually okay. It's not hot, but there is like good flavor on it, and they managed to keep that nice crispiness to their breading as well.
Sponsored by KFC.
Cut 2.
I mean, there's been a
Cut
lot of
to-
KFC eaten in this basement.
Cut to
Mostly by
Zophillion. Shopping montage.
I'm holding Killian's basket because I don't care. As Killian does his shopping.
Yeah, I'm just picking out some nice vegetables, some meats, some spices.
I did not know that you were a chef, Killian.
Definitely. I like food.
It is delightful to find this out about you. Did you come upon this from a family member? Your parents, perhaps?
Probably the butter god, and definitely inspired me the most.
I'm not one for religion myself, but that is absolutely the one I could get most behind if I was ever to agree to one. I don't believe we need to purchase meats, Killian, if I may be perfectly honest with you. Guylan, in his yammerings, is quite the talented tracker.
This is true.
If you're comfortable with game, wild game, I believe, Guylan could do just the same. Also, if I may throw something out here, and I feel like you, of the rest of the party, are most likely to either agree with me or have discretion onto this conversation. Fallen enemies.
Depends on the enemy.
Are you like a lean human person? I prefer an 80-20, but that's for my own health.
I don't know about humans.
Can we have one campaign where we don't eat people?
No. No. I put my foot
In
down.
fairness, he is an elephant, so
I don't give a fuck about you guys.
he's not necessarily being a cannibal right now.
Well, everybody brings it up with that Fuzzy ate a guy.
That's true. We shouldn't judge you for that anymore.
I always bring it up that Derek cooked the guy, which I think is a wildly more inappropriate thing to do. Fuzzy was going through poetic justice on a different species that's not even close to his. Derek
Just wanted to see if he
was
could
a
do it.
psychopath that wanted to cook a person.
Fuzzy asked him nicely, and Derek's like, well, I do have these chef knives.
All this seasoning. Aromatics readily available. So yes, that is it. Just putting that out there, Killian. Just putting that out there.
Fair enough. Yeah, so I grabbed some breads and
What sort of magics do you know, Killian?
I don't know many magics.
You know some, though. Yes?
Some, yes.
Were you schooled in a certain manner?
Not necessarily.
Necessarily?
I don't really like to talk about it.
No, I don't mean to pry. I just have the utmost feeling that we are going to be traveling companions for quite some time.
This is true.
Until
I'm not quite ready yet.
I
I do
understand.
psychic abilities.
Ooh, very interesting. I've known a few telepaths and telekinetics in my time. Did you go about this from natural occurrence or schooling?
Some schooling.
I wonder what proper magic training has become in my absence. I used to be an educator myself, a researcher actually. Had taught some classes. Of course, I doubt you took anything like those classes.
No,
Is that where you learned cooking? Because I did teach something like that.
No, I just learned from the people around me.
Very good. Very good. Well, this has been delightful, Killian. It's... Don't tell the others, but I would like to get to know you all better.
I'm starting to want to get to know you as well.
Well, yes. And think about that eating, people. Just Just putting it out there.
You are able to get a fair amount of decent spices and breads and cheeses and some things that are far better than the standard kind of dried meat and fruit rations. It will, in total, cost you about 6 gold.
I'd split that with Gillian.
Fair enough.
I'm eating the fucking food too, and I'm an elephant. I'm gonna eat more than their share. Mother.
Excellent. You are all able to meet back up at the Stonehill Inn to discuss the plan moving forward.
So apparently we're supposed to just, like, go find her. Her name's Agatha, I guess. And
So was Agatha all along. Very good.
And then we're not supposed to fight her, I guess. I don't know.
From what the sister said, it sounds like we'll be able to talk to her, and if she likes us, she'll answer our question. It's frustratingly vague, I know, but
That is very unlike Banshee behavior. Is she certain this is a Banshee? There are many forms of spectral undead. It could be as much as an illusion from a living.
I suppose that's possible. I took her at her word. It was a Banshee, though, so I didn't ask any more about it. I've never met one, so I'll defer to your experience on that.
And her payment is us killing the creature. The soul.
The sister's payment?
Yes.
Oh, she said nothing about fighting the Banshee. All she wants to know is where the location of a wizard Bojangles Bojangles spellbook. Sorry.
I'm getting in there. I'm gonna do it.
Bojangles spellbook.
Delightful.
I don't know if that name means anything to you.
Is he inside of the time frame in which I would know things, Laura ODM? Because I old, but there's a big gap.
Yes. Remind me your years again.
I'm 375,
You
and
look great.
I've missed the past 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in at the
So you went in
first
at
year,
two.
the 76, 1376 is when I went away.
Then yes. Yeah, you would know of him.
No, should I roll for this before you give me anything?
Yeah,
too
go
much?
ahead and roll history.
History, gotcha.
Mhm.
Ha! We met.
Ooh. I don't know if you met. He probably wouldn't have had anything to do with you.
He probably would have avoided me like the plague, but yeah.
Yeah. So this is what you recall about Bogentle. He was essentially, I wouldn't say lawful good, but he was good. Good aligned. He consistently built his spellbook in a way to find spells that would benefit other people, and in his travels he would frequently cast spells to the benefit of other people, making him a much loved hero of the people. Born in 1034 in Silvery Moon.
You were born very. Okay.
Was he born by the light?
No, but there's a fun story about his birth.
He was blinded by it though.
Mm-hmm.
Blinded by the light of the silvery moon?
Revved up like a douche.
At the age of 6 is when he began to study magic under another good aligned wizard, but likely not anyone that you probably have run into.
No, I get it. He was famous.
Age of 19. He.
I'm not. Yeah, you don't have to tell me his whole thing. Just like, yeah.
There's cool stuff in here.
I'm assuming I would have heard of the lore of him, which is generally just like the footnotes of the cool shit.
Yes, he slew Rorgok, the Black Dragon, with magic that he pilfered from the dragon's own treasure hoard.
Wow.
What a douche.
That's kind of like breaking into a dude's house and killing him with his own gun.
Yeah.
He unsealed and plundered a well-guarded tomb of the Wizard King. He teased a red dragon by matching its flame breath with his own fire magic, and then ended up slaying that red dragon as well.
They probably like wrote songs about this guy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm just repeating all of this to the group.
Okay.
Yeah,
like as if
songs that you could play on a recorder.
Or, yeah, maybe I should probably learn some.
And
Santa's greatest hits, Pig Bank Island.
His book would be well known. It is his final magic work. It was eventually bound into one
Here are the hits, starting with "My Heart Will Go On."
He bequeathed
Play
it
"My
to
Heart
the
Will Go
House
On," you
of
son
Wonder.
of a bitch.
Never mind.
No, continue.
What?
Sorry.
Oh, what?
No. He bequeathed his book to the House of Wonder, and then left to live with some elves in the Snowflake Mountains until the end of his days.
So as you see, he was a bit of a legend back in my times.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
What's more interesting is the spell book. That is always central to his lore. The way he went about it, the way he added things. The spell book is vast. And again, these are rumors and legends. Do we trust this group that Sister G works for?
Like, I don't know. They're supposed to be, like, making sure that things are pretty balanced. I mean, they're not trying to, like, rule anything, which is pretty cool. I mean, they just want to make sure that people are, like, treated fair and stuff.
Which sounds good now, but are we certain of that? I'm sorry, Guylan, but there are many that have ulterior motives in life.
Well, believe me,
and
I know
the
that.
thing that they are looking for that potentially we are helping them find is a world-altering magical item.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From what I understand of their organization, their main goal is to help out the common people. And if that comes at the expense of those who have more, all the better. For them. I mean, from their point of view. Less concerned with the actual wording of the law and more the intent of trying to help everyone.
Chaos can be tricky, even if well-intended. I'm sure you understand that, Ice.
To be fair, though, I seriously doubt Agatha has the book. So you're right that we would be helping them, but we wouldn't be getting the book.
If this Agatha has the powers that are claimed, it is unavoidable. We must ask the question. We must remove ourselves from this debt, and then hopefully the rumor of but one question is yet that.
Yes, hopefully we can ask more than one. But like I said to Ickis and Guylan, if turns out we can only ask one question, we can go to Thunder Tree. Or the castle. I think it's entirely possible that the Dwarven brothers or our Dwarven friend is being held at Cragmaw Castle.
And I still
True.
believe he's dead.
on the
It's
way.
possible too.
It's on the way to Thunder Tree, so
Until Sildar gathers his militia, I do not believe it wise to go after the castle.
Oh, I forgot about that. That is correct. Forgot he was doing that.
Not that I don't believe us capable, however, multiple moving targets are often best.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. So it sounds like we're going to speak with Agatha.
do we got to do that at night, or can we do that in the day?
I was thinking about that, and I should have thought of that.
The Banshees only reveal themselves at night, per typical. Obviously, this Banshee is atypical in some purpose.
Well, I suppose maybe we could get there and, check the place out.
We should.
A little reconnaissance is never a bad thing.
It should
If it's
take
not
us,
a Banshee.
It should take us almost the entire day to reach the location.
And if it's not a Banshee, we might be able to get some clues as to that, too. If we're there early.
Then we should leave at post-haste.
Yes, everyone, your provisions trip went well?
Very.
Yes, I've got plenty of goodies for us on our journey.
Our lovely young master of Killian is quite the culinary mind.
Oh. Sounds much better than the fried meat and bread that we have.
Much. And many meats of different varieties offer different flavors. Let's all just keep that in mind.
Oh, it's on my mind.
I guess I agree with that in abstract.
While they are finishing up the conversation, I head up to the bar and I take the coins that I had removed from the table, the gambling table. And I just asked for it to be converted all to gold.
Okay.
Which I believe adds up to about 36 gold pieces. And then I return back to the table. And I say, by the way, from yesterday, when we broke into the room with the people who are gambling, this is what I pilfered from the table. And I thought that I would share it with the rest of you. And I hand each of them 5 gold pieces.
Oh, thank you very much.
5?
And keeping the rest for myself.
5, you said?
5.
Thank you.
Killian, while we're talking about gold, do we owe you anything for the provisions?
Don't worry about it. Zaphaphel helped me out, and it wasn't too much, so.
Okay. I will help out next time then, if you remind me.
That's fine.
Don't ever let me not pay. Let's be fair, I'm going to eat more than the rest of you. Guylan, play us a happy tune upon our exit.
Here comes some traveling music.
There was a war I was near. I was under the stars listening to this exact song. Played by a young band at a tavern in a desert somewhere.
I turned up my volume so I could hear Mike, and that was a poor choice. Ooh.
Big finish, very well.
The trill was particularly effective.
I think you're accidentally getting better at this, Chad.
I feel like you are getting better at that.
I feel like I'm getting the hang of some of it. I mean, it's like, it's like you got to move your fingers the right way and also blow into it.
And I know you think it's funny that you never get better at this. But I would like you to legitimately practice. I want you to be bad one week and then move into like legitimately play a song that's
like really good.
Exact next week. I think that's hysterical.
I'm waiting for him to like play Kumbaya by accident.
Or there's just one song that he can like play really well. The rest are just.
Anyway, here's Freebird.
Here's Wonderwall.
Here's Wonderwall.
Here's Wonderwall. Wonderwall on a recorder.
Now I gotta learn to play Wonderwall.
On the recorder? Oh dear God. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, so knowing that Agatha only comes out at night, you are able to sort of wait at the Stonehill Inn and take off. On
We
the
were
road.
gonna leave. We were gonna leave immediately.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I missed that. I was peeing.
No, it's okay. It's just like it's fine. Just assume things about our party and what we're gonna do. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what you
As
should
you're
do.
traveling, you are attacked by a horde of bugbears. There are 17 of them. They go after Zappa only
All
for
right.
some reason.
He tastes the best.
I slowly sink into the bushes.
Zafa's twin brother Nafa.
Was the exact opposite. He's gentle and kind.
No, he's the evil one. He has a mustache.
Excellent. Okay, so you take off right away.
We wanted to get there as close as we could during the day, so because they do come out at night, and if we can look around and establish ourselves before we arrive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before it's time to actually do anything.
It is. Let me move you to the map. To the map. To the map.
There's a picture up. You probably don't want that up.
No, she's there. It's fine.
Okay.
I don't care.
Sarah, how many cats do you have?
5.
Okay. I'm seeing
Wow.
different cats when I look up.
You are
Yeah.
a little too, how do I say this, in a relationship to have that many cats.
I think at this point the cats are probably thinking that you're the pet.
Yeah.
True. Not only that, well, I also have a German Shepherd, and then we have 2 geckos as well. So
Lizards are great
can be
pets, by the way. I will
Yeah.
argue up and down about lizards and turtles as pets. They are affectionate. They occasionally lizards will bite you. my uncle had an iguana that would whip the living shit out of you with its tail occasionally.
I'm not a huge fan of like having caged animals, but lizards specifically, they just kind of like to chill. So
They also do lizards and snakes. They do cuddle. They
Yeah,
actually do cuddle
do.
if they get used
I love
to.
snakes.
Don't want that.
I know you don't like
Yeah,
snakes,
Laura.
but if you become like friendly with them and they get to know you, they legitimately do. They are cuddly animals.
Lord,
That's
just
what they
are-
want you.
They love your body
Well,
warmth.
They do, and
wrap
yeah.
around your neck and start squeezing, and then they suck out your eyeballs with their fangs.
So like a gardener snake can't do that. You know that, right?
It would eat you if it could. Yeah, that's true.
So do cats.
Cat would eat you if it could.
Fucking house cats eat dead people every goddamn day.
Oh yeah.
it's
If
true.
I die, like Jack is definitely going to.
I don't think you need to die. I think you just need to take a long nap, and Jack might eat you.
Anywho, so you are easily make it there. It's only 30-40 minute walk.
Oh, well, it's in the suburbs. Gotcha.
Yep.
We passed 3
The-
Starbucks.
You do have to go into the forest quite a ways to where the trees stop looking like street trees, and more they are.
They have lights on them.
Yeah. They now have heavier vines and thick layers of moss draping from them. The air becomes noticeably colder.
There's a sign that
further
says Trump
in.
2024.
Rounding the bend in the trail, you see a screen made from warped branches of trees that are standing close together, woven into a dome-like shelter in the shadow. That is what you're seeing there on the map.
Side bar. I one day want to live in a giant tree stump. Just looking at this, I feel like that's the goal now.
Living in a tree would be cool.
It would be cool.
So, what time of day is it right now?
It would be.
It was pretty
Yeah,
early when
yeah.
we left, wasn't it?
Well, you shopped and talked to Sister G.
It's probably
it
like
would-
noon.
Yeah, noonish, 1 o'clock.
I'm gonna roll stealth.
Okay.
23.
You feel significantly stealthy. Yes. Noelle just said, living in a tree would be fun until the termites come.
I'm gonna roll stealth as well.
Termites don't eat living wood, though, do they?
Okay. That was almost a crit, but I got a 19. Dead.
You also feel significantly stealthy.
I actually think that's true, Morgan. I feel, I don't know for sure, but I do feel like that is a true thing you've said.
You're okay, buddy. Go lay down.
I move off into the north and work my way around. 'Cause I just want to kind of get around there and see what's going on, like all around that thick thatch of branches and things you were talking about. So we kind of get through there and just have a look around.
Yeah. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Not so good.
It appears as though
turn around.
nothing really stands out. It just sort of appears like a little thicket of trees has been sort of woven together into a small hovel.
Hugo.
I'll just continue to go around it while everybody else does stuff.
Killian, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go around the other way.
The fuck? Why did that?
Meet up with Guylan on the other side.
About there on the map, Killian, roll me a perception check.
I got a 9.
The only thing that you notice that's different is on this side of the small woven thicket, there is a door that has been left. It's not like a door like we think of it, it's a doorway, kind of an arch that is
Right.
open.
Okay. I'll keep moving past it for now. Until I meet up with Guylan.
And the two of you would easily meet up on this side of the hovel.
I
There's
didn't notice much. Did you notice anything?
Yeah, I saw a door over here. Didn't see much inside.
Think we could climb this thing?
Possibly. How tall is it? How tall is the stump?
They are I'd say like 8-9 feet high.
Yeah, pretty easily I think we could.
There you go, bars.
So, I know I can see you like right there, but I don't really have a real sense of how big you are. So, how big are you?
I think I'm about 6 feet tall. Let me double check.
Are you like thick? Or are you,
Killian's thick.
I'm fairly slender. Yes.
3 goddamn C's.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot tall.
6 foot?
I
And
think
like
that's you.
what, like 140, 150 kind of slim? Or
Yeah,
like,
140. Yeah.
okay.
Sarah's truly playing fantasy right now. 6 foot tall.
I look up and I look at Killian. I look up. Killian. Here, let me give you a boost up.
All right.
And I lift Killian up, and he can kind of climb a little bit and like get on my shoulders, and I'll just like stand there and see what he can see.
Why are our stealth characters Muppet Manning in the middle of the woods?
Because it's super fun.
I might have missed something.
I think the three of the rest of us are just kind of watching.
So Guylan and Killian in a trench coat got into a movie theater.
They have become Gillian.
Roll another perception check there, Killian.
A little bit better, 15.
Yeah. You can see sort of through the weaving of these branches that create the roof of this hovel, looking down into it. You see that it's been made into a home of sorts. It's sparsely furnished with some chests, shelves, a table, a couch even, all of which looks to be, and in your experience of the world would know that it looks to be elven in craftsmanship.
Basic cable or antenna?
Well, you don't see a satellite dish on the top.
All right. Looks like it's a home of some sorts.
Is there anybody in there?
I don't see anybody in there.
Is there anybody in?
But that doesn't mean there's no one in there.
Right, yeah, right. Do you want to get down now?
Yeah.
Okay. I let him down like, smoothly as I can.
DM,
Roll an athletics check.
DM, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
What's the weather like today?
Roll me.
I have to roll to know what the weather's like?
15.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Roll meteorology.
You summon meteors. Congrats.
Roll me a d20.
Uh-huh.
Guylan with a 15, you.
I think it's dead of winter. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
The temperature is normal for the season. Not overly. Not overly. Warm or cold.
Never
Roll me
mind. It's
another,
okay. I was doing a joke. It's fine.
No, we're doing this now. I've brought this in. This is happening. Roll me another d20. A light breeze. Light breeze. Roll me a final d20.
What the fuck are we doing? All right.
She has a chart.
And no precipitation.
Is it hot?
I said the temperature was normal for this time of year.
What is
time of
this
year
time
is
of
it?
year? Is
It's
it December or July?
It's fall.
Oh,
Okay.
Don't get mad at me. You fucking brought this up.
I kind of thought you would just yes and through a joke you real quick, but
No, I wanted to find a random D&D weather table because I thought that would be more fun to have you roll some dice that don't involve possible death for one moment of the day. How about you roll with how another person DMs? Anywho, what would you like to do?
I think we should head back to everybody else.
Yeah.
And then Killian can tell him about it. I didn't see much.
Yeah. So we head back to the others. I found a doorway. Looks like a home of some sorts, possibly elvish. But there was no one inside that I could see.
where's the doorway?
It's just right around the bend over here.
Okay. I would wander over to the front of the doorway and like 10 feet away or so and sit down and wait.
So, banshees are elvish?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. There's a lot going on here.
If you're waiting on me to do a thing, Laura, I'm just meditating until nightfall. I'm just hanging out.
Anyone hungry? Want some cheese?
Crazy what happens when I don't carry the fucking conversation. Yeah, we just basically don't do anything. I guess, okay, so are they territorial? Based on what I rolled earlier? It was a 23? No, that was for...
It was a 17.
17.
If I remember right. Yes, but also nocturnal. So likely wouldn't make an appearance.
Yeah.
In the middle of the day.
I'm more thinking about, okay. I would tell everyone not to... We don't want to put camp here. Because if it is a Banshee, it's highly likely that it's going to be pissed off that we're right outside his door.
Should we move just out of sight, but within viewing distance for us? And wait till nightfall?
I just don't... That sounds reasonable.
I'd like to go like downwind of the place. I feel better about that because I don't know how good banshees smell.
I was about to make a joke about that, but I don't know how good banshees smell either. They could be fucking bloodhounds, God knows.
Oh, I was thinking I want to go downwind because I don't know how good they smell like.
Yeah, they stink.
They smell good.
They do not take good care of themselves. Basement dwellers are a lot of them.
No, you were meaning how well can a banshee smell?
Agnes comes out with Cheetos and Mountain Dew stains.
They're being like, well, they're undead.
Strong opinions about women's bodies.
I mean, I'm sure they don't smell like real good, but I don't know how they would smell us real good.
I'm actually going to stay over by ice, and my plan is to stealth as soon as possible once Agatha makes an appearance.
Okie dokie.
And to be clear, I'm not trying to hide or anything. I'm just
No, I know that.
sitting cross-legged, just meditating.
I just, if she sees you and then decides to
Murder me?
harm you, I would rather be there to help defend.
Yes, I appreciate that.
And I would like to be near a warm fire some distance away.
I agree with that.
And you.
They're very brave, Ickis and Ice. Very brave.
I'll be right.
Stupid if the Banshee decides to murder them, but very brave.
Yeah. I mean, we'd be way better off, like, tactically being somewhere where you couldn't be seen, and then we would know when, like, the Banshee showed up, and then we would know what's going on. But they're just, like, sitting there, like...
I love you. I love you. Not really. I'm
doing it, aren't I? I'm doing it again? Okay,
you're doing a great job. But some people are going to do whatever they feel like. They're just going to go do that because they feel it's what's best. Your tactical idea of it, whether it sounds reasonable or not, is irrelevant to their feelings.
Wise counsel.
So, kind of like when I wanted to pull back from that hallway, so we weren't bottlenecked there with those undead, and you guys just stayed there and like let them keep hitting.
Guylan, I am 356 pounds. That is a small hallway. You all had to get the fuck out of my goddamn way to let me move.
And Gillian wouldn't move. I'm
gonna strangle you in these woods, Guylan.
I left a lot happier party. What's happening?
Someone brought up the hallway again.
I was like, let's get back. Let's get out of there. And guys,
Guylan,
Never mind.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is not, I'm not being mean. Can you be super helpful? Killian did not purchase meats in the store. Can you capture or shoot us something for dinner?
Sure.
Thank you very much. Keep in mind, as previously stated, I am 356 pounds.
So, like something big then? Or lots of little things?
Yes.
Okay. I go out and I set, let's see, how many can I set? How much rope do I have? I set 7 snares.
Roll me a survival check.
Is that a skill?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably a ranger thing. I've never thought about that, but that does make sense. It's like a ranger thing. Oh, that's great.
Nat 20.
It is definitely a ranger.
7 bears.
They're not injured though. They're just caught in a snare and really angry.
Guylan died to a snared bear today.
You set those snares, and you set them well, and they're hidden. It might be your best bit of snare.
Ooh, does he catch a banshee?
Ever done? Does he catch a banshee? In about 3 hours, you hear this strange screeching from the forest that you've never heard before.
It's ice. He's pissed.
Yeah. I just wanted to go. I went in the woods to take a piss, and now I'm snared. What the hell?
Five snares. They're all right next to each other.
Given a couple hours, you do hear the snares snap and go off. And you successfully were able to catch 7 nice fat rabbits.
Fat rabbits.
Perfect.
Come strolling back into camp with 7 nice fat old rabbits.
Awesome.
Shloop.
I've already got my
Is that okay?
stew started.
You did a delightful job, young man. I pat him on the head.
I start skinning the rabbits.
Okay, so you gotta cut them around the neck here, and then you gotta cut around the little feet too, because when you try to pull it off, you gotta get the feet too, because they'll get snagged on there. So then you gotta come, and then you just come down here, and I tear off a pelt, just. It's got 4 little socks on, and its head is still covered in fur, but everything else doesn't have fur on it.
Make sure you hold on to those pelts. They're sellable.
Oh yeah, it's a good idea. So I clean. Let's have a clean off, Killian.
All right.
Another
survival.
Yeah, both roll me survival checks. I'm not going to let you keep your natural 20 when you're challenging Killian.
8.
The duality of chat.
You did a good job catching him, Guylan, but don't tell a chef how to use their knife.
What'd you roll, Sarah?
A 14.
Yeah. So, Guylan, you continue with your ranger skills and your skills of the wild, doing it by hand. And Killian takes out what you thought was a dagger from his hip, but it is in fact a like chef's knife, and expertly skins that
Carbon
rabbit.
fiber.
Mm-hmm. And skins about 3 of them in the time that it gets you to pick all the fur off of the one that you are currently skinning.
Okay, slow down a little bit and let me. No, slow down a little.
No, Guylan, go ahead and continue to tell Killian how to do this.
Okay. Cut to.
I think you missed a little bit of fur right there.
Yeah.
Cut to the other 2.
That's funny, Bart. It's a box with a stick and a rope, and there's an RTX 3090 underneath it. Catch any nerd like that.
What'd you say, Flora?
Cut to the other 2.
I am so still. Birds are landing on me. I'm not doing anything.
So you're covered in bird shit.
At this point, I'm probably sleeping.
Or meditating.
Right. Yeah, that's what I said.
Awesome. Well, the hours pass, and it's soon dusk falls, and the night comes. The air grows cold, especially up where Ickis and Ice are sitting. Pause for baby time.
Ooh, baby time.
It's Lincoln time.
Baby time, yes.
Belly button.
Belly button, yes.
Belly button.
Belly button.
You don't want to see
You know, I
my
walked
belly
today,
button,
didn't we?
Lincoln.
You rode your bike. It's a trike,
Got a
but
bike?
Daddy pushed, but we did our best.
You got a bike, Lincoln?
It was very slow 4 blocks we crossed.
Nice.
Because every single dandelion needs to be picked.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They're delicious.
You make a nice tea out of those.
Have either of you ever actually eaten dandelions? Are they good?
No, I have never eaten one.
I mean, I guess you can eat them. That's
Yes, they have like
Yeah.
recipes and shit where you use
Yeah.
them in dandelion salads and whatnot.
I probably wouldn't pick them from someone's yard and eat them.
Right,
They've
have,
likely
like,
been
pesticide.
sprayed with some kind of.
You seen that night?
What are you doing? Tell us
say
the
bye-bye.
story.
Say bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Hey,
bye,
bye.
Lincoln.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you later.
Laura, before we start again, while I was cooking, I was also making, I can make treats. I can cook 2 treats.
Mhm.
And they last 8 hours.
Okay.
And it's just temporary hit points.
Oh, perfect.
So.
Lovely. Lovely. You are able to do that. Do you have to roll for that or anything? You just...
No, it's just with 1 hour of work. So I figured with all
Oh,
that.
yeah. Plenty of time.
Mhm.
Perfect. Yeah. So night falls. The air grows colder. Need to. And Ice and Zed, not. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. Ickis. Ice would be able to see this from where he is sitting. See a woman appear. A kind of pale light flickers in the air not far from you. And it takes on the form of a female elf. Her hair and her robes are waving in the spectral wind. Looking at her, she may have been beautiful at one point in time, but now her face sort of twists with a hateful expression. I can make her bigger, so...
Does she notice me and Ickis?
As I say, as she appears, I attempt to stealth.
Oh. Does she notice me then?
I haven't stealthed yet. 15.
I'll make her large so you can see what she looks like.
Yeah.
There she be. There she be.
Oh, yeah.
Wait for it.
She looks scared.
She would, in fact, notice you and sort of swoosh in a spectral way to the front of her door and say, "Foolish mortals, what do you want here? Do you not know it is death to seek me out?"
Good evening to you, ma'am. We did seek you out. We were hoping that you could help us with something.
And why exactly should I help you?
Truly, there's not much. Well, the greatest thing you could do to help us is just as we bask in the radiance of your beauty. But we were hoping we could ask a question of you.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, come on. It's not a nat 1, but it's a 2. I got an 8. It's like the one thing I'm good at, and I fucking rolled a 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did come bringing gifts, though, and I hold up the jeweled comb.
Ah. Good save.
Advantage on persuasion?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let it slide.
Oh, fuck, that's a 1!
Wow.
What the hell, D&D?
Killian, this food is delightful. I just want you to know that. Oh my god, is ice getting eaten?
Should probably go.
Do
Your
what you gotta do,
veiled
Laura.
attempts at flattery do not impress me. Begone, scaly one.
Trifling asshole.
Ikis, I do remember that you wanted to try and stealth as soon as she appeared.
Yeah,
so
I rolled a 15.
Okay. I don't know that I have a. I don't think I have a.
I would just pull up basic Banshee stats.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
And then add bonus shit for whatever her bonus is.
Yeah, because they definitely did not give me a.
I hate when that happens too, because when they do like pre-made, like this is a special person, but they don't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, why wouldn't you?
Okay, why don't I have stats for it?
That's,
If it's
yeah.
different than every other fucking version of this, why don't I have specific stats for this?
Yeah, she would not notice you there.
Okay.
She's focused on the one directly in front of her. And after dismissing him, she will swoosh in her spectral form back into her bubble.
I just kind of sidestep over to Ice and whisper in his ear. You handled that quite well.
I sigh heavily and do not respond and walk back over to the campfire. My head hung low.
What are you doing here? You're supposed to be talking to the... You fucked
Well,
up, didn't
I
you?
failed-
You fucked up, didn't you?
I failed miserably. I
Killian
will
made
take
some
some
rabbit.
of that
You want some?
rabbit.
Oh.
Here is the comb if anyone else would like to try. I do not think she ever wants to talk to me ever again.
I'm sure you run into that with
I
women
grew
all the
up in
time.
a monastery, okay? I'm not great at talking to women.
I'm going to go eeny me. Wait, is Ickis talking to it? Cut you.
No, I kind of lost him. I don't know where he went.
Ickis, are
No,
you going to get
I'm still up there. I'm waiting for somebody else to. I'm there for support in case shit goes south.
I look over and don't see Ickis, so I'm like, pick somebody else.
I think he was fine. I think he was planning on hiding.
Guylan and Killian. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. If it hollows, make it go. Killian, congratulations! You have been conscripted.
Whoa. You're probably not gonna get much with me, but I'm not that persuasive. We shall see then.
Nobody likes talking to me, so I can't go.
All right, I'll try.
This rabbit is really good. I mean, really good.
It's
I don't know,
fucking
is it
delightful.
I'm gonna take a bowl of my soup as well.
That's a good fucking idea.
Did
Everybody
you roll to
loves
see how
soup.
delicious it is?
If you don't like soup, you're a goddamn monster.
And a piece of bread that's just like really, really soft inside. And like hard on the outside.
Ciabatta.
No, it's not ciabatta. Like a French loaf type of thing, you know, it's like super soft.
Soaks up that broth real good.
Exactly.
Are you also taking the comb?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. And you make your way to her doorway, and the exact same thing happens, where she swooshes down and says her line, "Foolish mortals, what do you want here? Do you not know it is death to seek me out?"
Are you hungry?
That was an unexpected question.
I made some soup, and I thought you might be hungry.
Shit! We should have taken fried chicken.
I feed on the souls of the mortal men who've come to interrupt my rest.
But try this rabbit stew. It's really, really good.
It's not the same.
You might change your diet.
Are you saying I need to be on a diet?
No, not at all. Not at all. You are beautiful.
Mortal men is probably fatty. Let's be honest.
You don't really think I'm beautiful.
I do. Your hair is just, it's gorgeous.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Alright.
That's when Killian banged a Banshee.
18.
She sort of eyeballs you, and she takes the soup and eats it.
Bars. It is death to seek me. Oh, Amazon delivery. Sign here, please, instead of name this answer to. Where is Bogus spell book? Funny.
You are a talented chef. I will give you that.
Thank you.
I'm not changing my diet, but fine. I know that you seek many things. Ask me one question and I will give you an answer.
Where is the what's his name? Bo Gentle? Spellbook.
Probably should have confirmed that before you left.
Well, y'all.
Where's the nearest Bojangles and do they have a sale?
That sassy sister sent you.
Say that 5 times fast.
That sassy sister sent you. That sassy sister sent you. That sassy grant is a grant, fine. Yes, I had Bo Gentle's spell book, but I traded it many years ago to a necromancer named Wrath Modar. What he's done with it since then, I don't know. And that's the truth. Now get out of my house. And she swooshes away.
Can you repeat that name one more time, Necromancer?
Yes, a necromancer wizard named Wrath Modar. Rathmodar.
All right. I head back to the group. Well, she no longer has the book, but she did tell me that she traded it with a necromancer named Wrath Modar. That's all I know. She whooshed away afterwards.
Not a big fan of necromancers. I mean, that's weird, you know? All the dead people?
Wait, so did you use all of the questions for the day? Also, necromancers aren't all that bad. Can we just... There's a lot of misinformation there.
Okay.
She whooshed away before I could ask anything else.
Whooshed away. God damn it. I stand up and I start walking over.
Told you Zoff has questions. I've got a lot of them.
Hello!
Skillet in the stew is delicious, as I say.
Hello!
There is no answer, and the hovel seems to be empty.
Motherfuck! I go in.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
-1 with advantage. That's a nat 20!
Nice.
Because it says
Her-
19.
The hovel appears to be empty aside from the small furnishings. But walking around and kind of looking, there's one corner, the back corner of the hovel is much colder than the rest of the room, the one room.
I know you are here, ageless creature. Your invisibility does not beguile me as it would others. I have come here to ask a question, and I will have mine answered.
She appears in the back corner. An angered look on her face.
I cannot.
I have answered my one question for the day. Why should I make an exception for you?
I wasn't aware you worked on union standards.
She swooshes. I can't think of a better word for this, but sort of floats and swooshes up in that way that like she comes up from the ground and is right in front of your face, looking.
I've had extensive experience with the undead, so I'm gonna not be super into.
Yeah. No, she's just there and kind of staring, just looking deeply at you.
I wish you no ill will, ghost.
I know.
Do you know what I am?
She smiles, big, crooked, fang-like banshee teeth. I know many things.
Then you will answer me.
Zaphafel.
Then you will answer me one fucking question. I wish you no ill will. In fact, in a better time, in another life, I would put up quite the enclosure and give you nothing but proper feedings on a day-to-day basis. I need to know. Is Tam alive?
I didn't understand that.
I didn't hear a thing.
Super quiet, dude.
Sorry. How much
It was
did
really,
you hear any of it?
impactful
No.
and dramatic, but I
Okay.
didn't hear any of
Sounds
it.
good. Let's see if I remember what I said. I wish you no ill will. And in a different time, a different life, I would put up an enclosure around this place and offer you a proper sacrifice every day in order to properly study you. But I do not have that luxury, and I do not have that time. I ask you, is Zaz Tam still among us?
I am no Banshee, as they call me.
I did not assume.
I know. You will find what you seek. And from what I can see, and her eyes kind of glaze over, you, with your experience and your training, are very familiar with this type of look. It is hardcore divination.
Mm-hmm.
She is divining at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Your fate lies entwined with his. As with the rest of them out by that fire. You will meet again with Master Tam.
You give away too much, Miss Agnes.
Agatha.
Miss Agatha. Sorry, I legitimately forgot.
I know.
You give away too much, Miss Agatha. Tell your master I come for him.
Oh, he's no master of mine. It's just what he calls himself now.
And yet you choose to call him the same.
I thought my voice was dripping with sarcasm. I'm sorry, I need to do better with that. He's an asshole. And very close to lichdom. There, I'll give you that much. Have fun.
God, aren't we all? I will return, creature. I will return for you.
I look forward to seeing you again. And she bamfs.
Although Patrick, had trouble hearing that whole thing, does Ickis overhear any of that conversation?
They are relatively close to the door, and you were there, so I would
And
say
I'm an
yes.
elf.
Mm-hmm.
I literally can't turn my microphone up any higher.
All right.
Part of it, I think might be Zoom, but also, well, it wouldn't make sense for you all.
No, I have it
watching
cranked
my
on
stream, I'm
Zoom
having a
too.
hard time hearing you guys. Weirdly enough.
How about this? Am I louder now? Am I louder now? Am I louder now? Am I louder now?
I mean, we hear you now. The mic's up, right up there.
Yeah.
You're good. Moving on.
Yeah, so Ickis, you would have heard, he asked about Saz Tam, which is not a name that would be recognized by you. In fact, may not even recognize it as a name. You definitely heard that she is not a Banshee.
It'd be pretty easy to contextualize Zaz Tam as a person based on what I said.
Yeah, and the fact that she says he is alive and very close to lichdom.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
I will keep that in my back pocket.
I walk back out. Well, that was something. Start walking back towards the camp.
Just to clean up my notes, did we sell all the bag of gems and all that stuff?
Yeah, we get rid of that.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I still have a bag with the pearl.
Oh, you didn't sell
and
the pearl?
I thought we sold all that stuff.
No, this was like from the first one, I thought. And we got like a jeweled box with a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still have that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, you have that, but you know,
Well,
we don't know you have that.
I think you.
I think we all knew that we.
Oh.
Had,
I
yeah.
think you held on to it
Okay.
because the ring was weird.
Yeah, the ring was magical. Or,
Yeah, and you didn't know what to do with that. I think that's why you
Right.
held on to it.
Yeah.
So if you want to go through that, then yeah.
Okay. I mean, we can do that. Yeah. Zaffa,
Zaffa.
would you like to check out this ring?
In the morning, Killian. I apologize. Not at
So-
this time.
Did she answer like a question for you?
She answered more than one. Even though I asked but one.
Maybe somebody should go ask about, you know, whatever that place is we're looking for.
If I am honest with you, I believe that would be a mistake. I may have antagonized the creature.
Cave Echo Cave, yeah. So, no more questions then?
Not unless you feel like doing battle yet this eve.
So, camping?
That sounds delightful.
Camping.
How far away are we from town? Aren't we just like 40 minutes?
No, you're ruining it, Ice.
Want to camp?
Camping it is.
Experience.
Spooky stories and marshmallows.
I forgot marshmallows.
Fuck it, what more delightful rabbit stew then.
Ickis, what would you like to do?
I head back over
Where
to
the fuck is Ickis?
where they are sitting around a campfire, and I just kind of like pop out of stealth. And
Jesus
say,
Christ!
Could somebody explain to me why we're staying here instead of going somewhere where we are safe and warm and comfortable?
This is
Camping.
what... I used to work in a corporate setting. And this is what you would call a team building situation. We're working on synergy and advanced communication systems. And by that I mean anyone got a dope-ass drunk story. Come on! Come on! Alright,
Nope.
fine. Ice,
Killian's
what did
gotta have one.
the Banshee
Come on,
thing
Killian.
say?
I don't even drink, guys.
Ickis?
Alcoholism took my mother.
Oh, that's terrible.
Wow. Yeah. My parents died too.
Well, here's to you. Oh shit, that's inappropriate.
Mike.
I just made it real awkward.
And
Ickis, are your parents dead?
I mean, if we're going down this route, I was enslaved away from my parents at a young age, so
You had parents?
I guess so. I don't really remember my mother. I remember she often smelled of lilacs. There was jasmine around. I remember an ocean breeze. It infuriates me. I have an excellent memory.
Okay.
Do you have something like that that's right on the tip of memory?
Ice, do you have parents that are dead?
My parents are alive, but I'm not terribly close to them because we sort of the order sort of does more of a communal raising thing. So it's like I have a lot of parents, a lot of family.
Yeah.
Polyamory is very accepted.
What happened to your parents, Skylar? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh,
Were they also bold?
you know, I don't remember much about their hair. I know that I remember like sitting by my mom. I'm pretty sure it was my mom. It was just like a cold body though, and there's like a wetness around her. I remember that. I don't know. I was pretty young, so I'm pretty sure they were murdered. But yeah, so I didn't have parents for a while, but then Feldry found me and he taught me lots of stuff. Feldry's a gnome. I was kind of raised by a bunch of gnomes too, so it's kind of like a community, you know?
Gnomes are delightful people.
Mm-hmm.
They have such a vibrance for life, and the amount of... Your story, I apologize.
Oh no, you were telling it better than me.
No, I was just saying that they're very meaty for their small stature.
Yeah. Well, no. So like, did you eat gnomes? Did you eat gnomes? Zoff, what are you talking about?
Nothing. Continue your tale of your delightful gnome friend.
Okay, you just made it weird.
So Feldry would be the one that taught you how to shoot and
Yeah,
track?
I guess, you know, Feldry's probably like, if I had a dad, it would be Feldry. If I had, you know, especially if I could pick one, because he would be a pretty good dad.
Were you from a gnome community?
Mm-hmm. The Duns. I just kind of adopted their last name because I don't remember my own last name because my, you know, like I was saying, like my mom was like cold and wet and...
Yes, we heard that. So was it
Yeah.
like an agricultural community or...
Oh, they, you know, it was forest gnomes, so I learned a lot about the animals, and they even taught me some healing stuff and how to hunt, and I'm pretty good at tactics because, well, you know, I didn't learn that from them. I learned that from before that Feldry found me, but Feldry put it into context for me, like how, like what all that stuff means, and he also taught me about being like a kind of a good person. Like there are good people and there are bad people, and there's stuff that, I mean, is generally good and you should try to be pretty good, but then there's bad stuff and you should, you know, I'm doing it again.
No, you're doing a fantastic job, Guylan. If you would like to take a break from your...
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
That'd be good.
Ikis. I feel like there's very little that we all know of you. I'm asking this assuming you're going to tell me nothing.
Well, you've assumed wrong. There's very little about my past that I wish to share with anybody.
So I guessed right. Thank you.
But, again, not to make an uncomfortable conversation, yes, I too have had a parent that has passed. Not so much past as left.
Wow.
So we're all fucking orphans except for Ice.
No, I still have a mother.
Ah! Is she, I mean no offense by this, but are you a below ground
No, not at
drow
all.
or above?
Not at all. I should clarify, though, I assume she's still alive.
So
I have not seen her in a great while.
So is that by choice?
No.
Whereabouts do you hail?
A little bit of everywhere.
Ickis, I do not know if you have noticed, but our fates seem tied together. The reason I have encouraged all of us to sit here is because I think we're fucking stuck together. You don't need to say anything. But I think we are going to be very long companions.
And honesty, I come from a lot of different places.
Killian.
Yes.
That cat is going to break something on the shelf behind you.
She just wants to eat.
Okay. Oh, there's a kitty. There's feeding up there. Okay. I was
We have
certain
to keep-
something was going on the floor.
We have to keep the free food away from the chunky cat.
How
there's
do
a
they not
chongus.
knock that off the shelf?
I don't know. They don't really feel the need to, I guess.
Oh my god, my cat would totally do that.
Yeah, my cat's a fucking douchebag too.
Yeah, you'd be like, watch it all scatter.
Killian, from where's do you hail? Are you near here? From far?
I don't honestly know. But I was
interesting.
raised in Silvery Moon.
Silvery Moon. Do I know a Silvery Moon?
Yeah. I mean, Silvery Moon is a very large city. Is it on the?
I think we've talked about it before.
This is the sword.
I'm more going like if my character would have personally known anything about Silvery Moon.
Yes. I mean, Silvery Moon is your character. It is one of the larger cities in Faerun, home to a guild of high mages. So magic is very common in Silvery Moon. Yeah, so they also would have an academy. Unlike the one that you attended and taught at, but yeah, you would know very high magic place.
They have... That place flows with mana, yes?
Yes.
So you were correct in somewhat taught, somewhat not. It could have simply come from a storekeep or a vagrant. That must be a enlightening upbringing, with magic being so accepted.
It was a great place, yes. At a time.
Color me jealous. I grew up in I was raised in a magic-forward place as well, but there's some hurdles you must jump through. Silvery Moon. I'm sure it's more freely given than...
For some, not all.
Isn't that just the absolute fucking story?
What'd you all do before, we went on this adventure? Did you guys, do other stuff? I mean, Zoff, I know you were in a well for a long time, but, Ice, what were you doing before you joined up, with us?
Well, honestly, it's so fascinating, this whole journey we've been on so far, because most of my life was just living in a monastery, not doing much every day. Frankly, I was told I probably should go see the world a little bit. And
they kicked you out of a monastery?
Kicked out is not the right word. It was more, think of it as a work-study program, I guess, where I could go and learn about the world and come back. I didn't have to leave.
Okay.
But
okay.
as I said, I was quite bored there.
You were on your walkabout.
I don't know the word, but I think you have the correct meaning. Yes.
So you were expected to return.
At some point. I don't have any deadlines or anything like that.
Do you have a... what's the best way to say this? Caretaker. Someone you are beholden to.
Really anyone in the order is higher than me, if I can be honest. assuming they aren't a trainee as well.
We called them interns.
Yeah, initiate would be the term, but yes.
They often died.
Part of the... Well, they often died? What?
Yes.
Okay, well they don't in the order of Bahamut. I had several masters at the monastery that taught me how to use the magic. I don't really learn it like you do, but still need guidance.
In my experience with sorcerers and the like, it still requires practice.
Okay, yes, precisely. Practice makes perfect.
Because you have a magical sense to you. Did you have a academic upbringing?
Was I ever in school? No.
You have a very learned speech about you. I was wondering.
I had a mentor, so to speak, that taught me what I know.
Person of intelligence? Learned?
Yes.
That is something I believe there's many secrets kept to the chest here. That's something we appear to all have in common.
You can ask me anything.
I ain't got any secrets. I do have to take a shit, though, and I walk away.
Speaking of farting and walking out of the room, I believe it is time for me to turn in. Good luck, everyone. If there is an overnight watch, I shall take last. Good night.
Good night, Zaffa. I'm fine taking the 3 a.m. shift or whatever it would be, since I can see in the dark.
I'll take the first shift.
I guess that's it. I guess it's just the three of us.
I was still pooping, so.
Yeah, I'm taking a shit, so I'm not even there.
I would like to hear you playing
your.
I would like to hear you practicing your recorder while taking a shit, please.
Kylan, if you're straining that hard, you need to eat more fiber.
I wonder if he understands how much people now will pass on to that. And then he places it in his mouth.
I guess Velter didn't teach him about hygiene.
I think you're still supposed to make poop noises there, Morgan.
Oh.
There you go.
You committed yourself to a bit, dude. Get in it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad.
Delightful. You would need one more person on watch to make it through the full 8 hours.
I'll take a watch. After I get back, I find out that what's going on, and I take a watch.
So the guy who took a nap during the day is going to sleep all night?
Hey, fuck you. There's nothing wrong with naps, okay? So you can get the fuck out of this judgment zone.
It's true. It's true.
I took a 30-minute nap today.
First watch, Killian goes by without incident. And you are able to do that easily. It would then be, I believe, Guylan who would be on the next watch.
Okay.
Again, no incidents. It's a quiet evening. It seems as though this area of the forest folks generally don't really come to because they have heard of Agatha the Banshee. So kind of safe being close to her area. Third watch would be Ice.
Mm-hmm.
While you sit on your watch, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what the fuck is with this dice?
See you later, bud.
The puddle fist.
I loved him as a
I just
son.
got ate by the Banshee, I guess. Fuck.
You sit and you've only been sleeping for a bit. You know that you get to go back to sleep, but it's kind of that weird I'm tired moment, and you're sort of fuzzy, fading, trying not to fall asleep. In that sort of realm in between asleep and awake, a deep voice sort of permeates into the back of your mind. And I don't do deep voices well, but it's okay. And it says in the back of your mind, "It's beginning, my child. Stay your course. You must stop her. Be my champion." And the voice fades.
Would when my shift ends, like, would I remember any of that?
Yep.
Okay.
This is one of those rare moments where it was better that you failed it.
Oh, okay. I am not going to tell anybody I heard that. I'm going to think about that and try to figure out what the hell that means. Like, character or player Morgan has an idea, but yeah.
So your watch comes to an end, filling your mind with questions, and it is Zaffa's watch.
Zaffa.
And
Wake
he
up.
went to pee.
Zaffa. Wake up. Wake up, Zaffa. God, he's so hard to wake.
You really have to hit him quite hard to get through the.
It's all right. I do
thickness
0
of
damage when I hit somebody.
the skin. It's one of those where you might have to like plug both his mouth and trunk to wake him up.
Can I just put his trunk into his mouth?
You create a circular breathing motion there. We're coming up with interesting ways to wake up Zaffa.
Yeah, you were hard to wake for some reason, so I put your trunk into your mouth to wake you up.
That might actually work for a little while if he could like almost breathe underwater if he's doing that.
It's all like
It's just it would tell all the oxygen. was
Which
gone.
one of you touched my trunk while I was sleeping?
it was me. I'm sorry, Zaffa. It's just me and you awake. It's time for shit. I was having a hard time
The
waking.
next time I wake you up, I will grab you by the dick.
mean, I'd rather you didn't.
Well, good
back to
fucking
bed.
luck. It's tit for tat, bitch.
Also,
Good thing everybody
back.
from the monastery wears a chastity belt.
we're gonna bring this conversation back to:
Cast
do
iron.
Dragonborns have dicks, or do
Yes.
they have cloaca?
Yeah,
Yes,
they're,
they
they're,
have dicks.
They're warm-blooded.
They're human.
The interesting
They're
bit
pretty
is they
human.
have duck dicks that are spiraled and spikes on them.
Well, yeah, that's more interesting than just a regular dick.
And then they like
It's like it's like a silly straw when I piss.
Yeah, Sarah, yes, and did something horrible. Yay! That's gonna always be my goal in this whole fucking campaign. Okay.
Yeah, your watch is easy enough.
Okay, I wander away from camp.
Okay, do so. I'm not gonna move your token, but
I have paper and pen, paper and ink. I'll walk into the thing. I'm going to leave a letter for whatever that thing is. Who Eyes Off, I believe, is now a wizard doing some dumb shit. I aim to kill Tam. I've known him for some time. If you wish to assist, look for me. Zaphafel.
okay, you are able to do that.
Alright.
Excellent.
And in the morning, I sort of kick Killian. Killian,
what's up?
we need eggs.
You are
Groggily wake up and just start.
Killian, eggs!
I'm working on it.
Excellent. Everyone comes to consciousness. You have a lovely breakfast. Go ahead and roll cooking for me, Killian.
I actually don't need to roll for it. Or well, you just mean for.
You're just for flavor. See how well you do.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm not going to take away your skill, but sometimes, you know, the magic things still happen, but maybe those eggs are a little dry.
Laura is
Want me to
cooking
roll a
performance or survival.
Yeah, survival or.
Those are the two that have always been used.
I feel like if you're not putting on a show, it'd be survival.
Yeah.
I
If
mean,
you're
I'm
cooking,
always putting on a show.
Well, there you go.
Then it's
Putting on the
performance.
Ritz!
Yep.
Ooh, a 19.
Those are some damn good eggs. They're fluffy. We're not sure how you got them to be fluffy without the like milk component.
Patrick.
But they are some fluffy eggs.
Patrick and Laura.
And then I also make some special food,
I just
is
realized what Durnk Industries should do. Oh, I've wanted Durnk Industries to do a live stage show for a while. Sorry, Sarah. I apologize.
It's okay. It's okay.
We need to do Young Frankenstein in the live stage show. That would be great. We should do that. Patrick and Laura make that happen.
I want to be Megan Mullally, that's all.
But
Yeah,
it's
The musical.
okay. Question though. It says as a part of a short rest. Can you do it as a part of a long rest as well?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Because
So
generally in the morning when you're getting ready and making breakfast and things like that, that's going to take about an hour, which is about the length of a short rest. So
Yeah,
I'll
that seems
allow
like a dumb rule if you couldn't.
it says you can cook special food for 6 creatures, and then they can roll to regain hit points if they eat the food.
it. Excellent.
We is full health.
The other treats are expired now.
Well, considering you're rolling for mini health potions for the rest of the game, I think we'll all chip in on that when we get to grocery stores.
Excellent. So yeah, the day is yours.
I think we just head back. I don't think there'd be anything. Ickis? Ice? Kylan? Is there anything specific?
Were we going to go directly to Thunder Tree, or were we going to go report into Sister G?
I think we'd go back to G, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
that's why we did it, so I think we should probably go to G.
Yeah, just go finish that quest while we're close.
I can show you the map. If that makes any
Wait,
difference
is Thunder
to you.
Tree... I can't... me as the player can't remember. Is Thunder Tree going to require us to murder people?
Probably.
Yeah.
So could
You don't know.
involve
You
us
know-
getting murdered ourselves.
I have told the whole party that there is a green dragon there. We know that from talking to people.
Right.
And I have with my experience with I've told you guys that they're generally not friendly.
Zaffa wouldn't want much to do with dragons either.
But we are like 40 minutes from the town, so I feel like we'd bop back into town to say hi to the sister.
Mm-hmm.
I must be honest with you, compatriots. I consider myself highly intelligent. However, I do not believe it is a good idea for us to get anywhere near a fucking dragon.
It's, as I understand it, to find
smarter.
Wave Echo Cave. To find Wave Echo Cave, we have 2 leads. One is the druid, Radolf, I believe his name was, near Thunder Tree. Or we try to find the dwarves that we believe are being kept in Cragmaw Castle.
Well, if the question is, do we face off against a dragon or a handful of goblins? My answer is a handful of goblins.
We can certainly check in with Sildar, see how he's going with the recruiting.
It's a good plan.
The rest of you?
Cragmaw Castle's on the way to Thunder Tree, so we might as well stop there first.
And if we don't get our answers there, then we can move on.
Yeah, that's good.
Wisdom. Guylan, wisdom. Guylan, I mean, you said something intelligent. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
Oh, okay.
Roll wisdom.
There was a shining moment.
So we're heading back, right?
So back to Phandalin.
Back to Phandalin. You make it to Phandalin with no issues whatsoever.
I'd like to stop at the truck stop just outside of town, pick up some jerky, and a t-shirt that says Truck Nuts for President, 1998.
Are you okay? Did you like hit your head or something?
No, I've decided that Zaffa picks up dumb t-shirts because I have that stupid wolf t-shirt. I've decided that Zaffa picks up dumb t-shirts when we go places.
Yeah, but Truck Nuts for President 1998.
You tell me that that isn't a fucking t-shirt somewhere.
I don't know if Truck Nuts were a thing in 98.
Sure they were.
Mr. G.
Sure. Patrick and Chad would have to tell us.
Hey!
Yeah, Chad's moving this along.
You're back.
Sister G.
Hey.
These scrotum sacks were started in the 1980s.
Yeah, I was right. I thought I knew that. I mean, I grew up in a fucking Truck Nuts sort of fucking community, so.
But the earliest known commercial store-bought truck nuts appeared in the late 90s. So people were just putting on their homemade nut sacks
in Malaysia.
Prior to that.
Anyway.
Okay.
So did you talk to her?
Yes, Killian got the information you needed.
Yes, I was told that she does not have the spell book. She traded it with the necromancer Wrath Modar.
You're aware of this, Modar?
They're gonna send me to Thay. I don't want to go to Thay.
You should not go to
Thay
Thay.
sucks.
You should not go to Thay.
Well, that's where Wrath Modar's at, so that's where I gotta go.
No. Look directly at me. You should not go to Thay.
I kind of gotta do what the Harpers tell me. They might give me a break since I've been here.
Sister
for so
Gariel.
long.
It's Gargamel.
It's not.
Yes, I am aware of how dangerous they is. I am aware of how dangerous the Red Wizards are. I am aware of how dangerous Wrath Modar is. We've done our homework.
I cannot let you do this on your own.
They're not going to send me by myself. That's suicide.
It would absolutely be suicide, especially without a very talented guide that knows everything about the Red Wizards that there is to know.
I sense you're talking about yourself.
My name is Zaphathel. I am the head of the School of Necromancy from the Red Wizards. I was put in a prison in 1376. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Yeah, you're not the head of that school anymore, bud. That's
But
Wrath
I
Modar's job.
was. And I promise you, my name will still carry weight.
I feel like we're just finding this out.
You are.
Okay,
You are. I'm doing a dramatic reveal.
Okay.
Guylan, look at me. Look at me.
I know I'm doing it. Okay.
You are doing it.
Would you be more harm than good, though, Zafa, if you're not getting along with the Red Wizards?
It's been 100 years. The vast majority of their group will be unaware of my presence. However, anybody in charge would be wildly still aware. My name will mean something. And I know how they work. I know how they operate. I'm sorry, Sister Gariel, but I insist. We shall accompany you. There are a few things first. I'm sorry, you had something to say. I'm waiting for you.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to turn down help. The Harpers, we never really turn down help. I have to go to Neverwinter first to report in. And I doubt that they're going to send me, like, right away. Because here's the thing. I'm higher up in the Harpers, but I'm not, like, high level yet, so I need to do some training.
I'm aware they sent you to deal with
what I've
this.
seen of you all, no offense, there's no way that the 5 of you, 6 with me included, can take on any of the Red Wizards of Thay right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, take some time. I'm gonna chill in Neverwinter, beef up a little bit, get my plans, get my orders. If you all find yourself in Neverwinter, look me up. Guylan's gonna look me up anyways, because we had that chat earlier.
He will not be joining your ilk, but yes.
I think he can make up his own mind and make his own decisions of what
He's
he
a
wants to
delightful
do.
young man, and he has a lot of promise. He's not going to ruin it on your whatever.
Anyway, feel free to look me up. We can talk more.
That is a delightful idea. Gariel, your wisdom. However, I would ask you simply tell your superiors you have a inside contact and not use my name.
Oh, you best believe I'm telling them that. They're gonna shit their pants.
You're not going to use my name.
I'm just gonna tell them I met a former Red Wizard who's in for helping.
Well, let's not say former.
I'm gonna tell them former, and we're gonna go with it. And whatever it is that you actually are, I'm just gonna pretend like I don't know.
That is an excellent thought process that will keep you alive for a very long time. Guylan,
You look
yes.
confused, Guylan.
I feel like there's a lot going on here again right now.
You're very cute, young man.
So I'm just gonna go outside and just hang out with Droop for a bit. So just tell me what we're doing, okay?
I love him. He is so easily confused. He's like a murder puppy. There's another thing you should know, Gario.
Sup?
The Banshee out there is very much a Banshee and should be left clean. It's haunting that exact spot and will not bother anyone if they do not approach it.
I don't need anything from her, and the rest of the town pretty much stays away because Banshee.
I understand, but if you could spread to others that they should just avoid it in general.
Yeah.
No adventurers, anything like that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm
I'll
going
tell
to go
Halia too. She'll spread it through the Zents.
I'm going to go check on Guylan. I'm afraid him and Droop are going to lick things.
So, Droop,
Droop comes running up to you.
you like music?
Yes.
Okay. This is one I've been working on.
The goblin dance.
I can't help it.
I get
I
outside.
have to dance like this.
I get outside. Put your hands down, god damn it! Show some respect for your kind.
You started in the wrong key like right away and it kind of got away from me. Sorry about that. We'll try again.
I'm really confused. Because when the hobgoblins dance, they all yell, "Put your hands up!" So I thought that's what I'm supposed to do.
That comes from a very racist place.
As we're still in there with Sister Grayley, I would say thank you, Sister Grayley, by the way.
Did you look up a pronunciation guide on my name? That's cool.
No, I just remembered.
That's nice. I don't remember how to pronounce my name most days.
Yeah, well, it's just making fun of Mike for fucking it up like 8 times.
No, I got it right.
In that conversation.
No, I got it right.
In any case, we will talk to you later. And I do apologize for Zaffa. It's amazing that he can enunciate so well with his head so far up his posterior. So, one day, you think it would have already happened, but one day I'm sure he'll have a humbling experience. I guess being stuck in a well for 100 years wasn't enough.
Dude.
Anyway, thank you. You can't hear me, Mike!
Seriously, look me up in Neverwinter. Offer still stands for you too.
I will
And you too.
keep it in mind. And regardless of what Zaffa says, Guylan will think about your offer and come to his own decision as well.
You two would also make excellent harpers. I would offer to the Zaffa as well, but you kind of have to know like how to follow directions and take orders from people, and I feel like that's not a good fit for him. But if you're ever down for some serious Robin Hooding, that's kind of what we do. Look me up in Neverwinter.
Yes, do what you're told. That's what we do.
I inch my way over to Killian and I say, "Are we invisible? Why does nobody ask us to be part of these groups?"
She
Literally just
She
did. I literally just did.
She
I
said
pointed-
you
She said
I thought
you-
that was
she said you
specific
too.
to ice.
No,
Oh,
I think
no.
she was pointing at us out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
And then
And also Halia invited you.
excluding Zaphafel.
well, I think Holly invited me for something else.
Well, I think it was a little bit of both.
You're also sneaky.
So I would leave and look at the clusterfuck that's happening between Guile and Droop and Zaffa screaming at both of them, and decide that I'm not getting involved in that, and I would go to the inn for a drink.
Excellent.
Looks like we're out of here, Droop. See you later.
I like that little goblin, but they have a lot to learn of the culture.
I think he's a little creepy.
Well, yeah, it seems to pop out of shit. But that's it. Like the goblins, they fit in places. There's nothing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you grew up with halflings, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Gnomes, sorry. Gnomes. I was thinking of other tiny humans.
Don't let them hear you calling them halflings. That's not cool.
Oh god, am I going to have to dip a couple more in wing sauce? I'm sorry, that was inappropriate.
Don't. That's just nasty.
It tastes really good though.
Cut to.
Yeah. Okay. Igus and Killian, were you going back to the inn as well?
Yes.
Okay, the three of you are back at the inn. The Guylan and Zaffa, it's like a 2-minute walk, so you all are back at the inn.
Is Sildar there?
Sildar was taking up residence in the town master's hall.
Okay.
Had an office in there.
That's right.
We did a good thing. I'm not used to it, but that was a good thing that we did. We defended this town from a non-threat entirely. Wait, we did a non-existent thing.
We'll wait. Keep going. Got anything else? You all done, buddy?
We paid back the nice.
We
sister
paid
lady.
back Sister Galilei.
I mean, that's the right thing.
Yes, it's very good.
Right. So now we need to speak to Sildar.
I thought I did a good thing today. God, I didn't, did I?
Everybody, I guess, finish your drinks and let's go over there.
I'm good.
Okay.
Just let me know if he has an army or...
I would head over there.
I'll go with you.
Igus and Guylan, would you like to go as well, or are you going to hang with Zaffa in the bar?
Guess I'll hang with Zaffa.
Excellent. Cut to Killian and Ice heading to the town master's hall to meet with Sildar. There he is. Nice to see you both.
Oh, again, Sildar. Just thought we'd check in to see how the recruitment's going.
Truth be told, not well.
How many do you have?
You have me.
No leads?
Nope. Unfortunately, the miners feel as though they are better served mining.
Doesn't this town have a militia?
No, oddly enough. It's a mining town. They have miners and they have farmers.
Well, I guess I see how the Red Brands took it over so easily.
Right.
Do they have a sheriff?
They have Hob and Westa, and for this limited time while I'm here until we find Gundren, they have me. This town sucks.
Do they have anyone capable of fighting that we could convince? Or we could try to convince, I should say.
Honestly, it's probably me. And I'm happy to go along. I need to...
It's gonna be me.
Wasted time when I should have been looking for Gundren.
Well,
I hear the cleric is pretty good.
we did just help her out. We could try asking her.
Do you think it could be done with 6 to 7 people?
You all took down the Red Brands and made it out alive. I think with me along for some extra muscle, I'll make sure my armor's on nice and tight. I can stand in front. I think we could be fine as long as there are no surprises. You took care of the mage, correct?
The goblin's mage?
The glass staff. You
Yes.
Oh, the Red
Yeah,
Brand's
that's
mage. Yeah.
I think. As long as we don't run into the spider himself, I think we'll be fine.
And what happens if we run into the spider himself?
Well, we don't really know what they are capable of. I'm going to say they because I don't know if it's a man or a woman. We don't know if they're a mage. We don't know if they're a fighter. We don't know if they've been dabbling in creepy things. It's a lot of unknowns with who seems to be the leader of this entire situation.
Fair enough. Well, I can't speak for everybody, but I believe that we would be all willing to help out to try and find Gundren. Maybe with Sister G's help, we might be a little more prepared.
Okay, stop.
Yeah, I mean, if it's between, as Zoff pointed out, if it's between a goblin castle or a dragon, I think the goblin castle is probably the easier option. All right, let's go break the news.
Shall we ask Sister G for her help as well?
Yes, I think we definitely should. So I think we'd head over there.
Okay.
I would ask Droop to wait outside.
Okay.
I don't need him to hear about this. Killian, if you want to talk to her, go ahead.
Sure. Sister G, we are going on another adventure trying to find now I can't think of his name. What's his name? Gundren. And we were wondering if you'd be willing to join us.
Are you going today?
What time is it right now?
It would be, I mean, you got up in the morning and then made it into town and have been just sort of about, so I'd say it's about noon.
We would probably be able to leave today, gather our supplies, and leave in an hour.
Yeah, I'm in. I have to leave, like, I have to go back to Neverwinter, and I was gonna wait until tomorrow so that I can travel all day in the light and try not to camp, so yeah. Let's do it.
All right, we're gonna head over to the inn. If you want to meet us at the inn in an hour, so.
Perfect. At lunch, we plan.
So once we get to the end, we catch everybody up to date on it.
Guylan and Zaffa have been drinking continuously since he left.
So what now?
Glad you guys are drinking a lot. We're gonna go attack a goblin.
Why are we doing that yesterday? We were done for today.
What did we
It's
do
only
today?
noon.
We didn't do
But
anything
we just
today.
walked 40 minutes, and that's all.
Yes, and it was an eventful 40 minutes.
Well, sober up, because we're doing it today. We've got help today. We don't tomorrow.
He's had 2.
Casks.
I guess he was in a well for a long time.
Right.
In any case, is everyone on board with that? I realize. Sorry, we didn't consult everybody before we did this, but you all chose to stay here and get drunk, so I think you forfeited your vote.
Sure, okay.
Okay.
What?
Can I get some water?
I also need water. This is.
You got an hour.
It feels as if this was forced upon us.
We got an hour. Go take a nap. Drink a lot of water.
I don't feel like taking a nap. It's noon.
Take a short rest.
It's okay. Oh, Guylan, play them that new song that you played me. Play them that one. Play them that one.
Which one?
Play them the one where you said, I want to dance with somebody.
Oh,
No,
God.
I'm just working that one out.
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress, everyone. It's a work in progress. Guylan.
Okay.
I want to dance with somebody.
I'm still kind of, but it's like, whoa, I want to dance somebody like that.
I'd say Ickis. 2? Just 2?
2.
And with that, we are going to call it there for the evening as they debate how many drinks those two have actually had, and we wait for our allies to arrive.
I like the idea that Guylan's fine and Zaffa isn't.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Great episode. I love backstory drop episodes. That whole bit made my heart happy. Because it means I can start interweaving some things.
I still kind of feel like Ickis is hiding some stuff. I'm not gonna lie. He's
He definitely is.
kind of vague about things.
Yeah.
We didn't really ask Ice much about his mom and dad, but I think we'll learn more later.
Ickis is like an
Zaffa
onion.
about-
You simply bite into it as hard as you can. You'll get lots of juices out of it. It'll
I was gonna
taste
say,
terrible,
its juices will get all over you that way.
but it will make you cry.
We didn't ask Zaffa about anything. He was the one asking all the questions.
Yeah, but he dropped a bunch of stuff on us in the.
He did say some stuff, yeah.
It was good. Good times. Hang out with us tomorrow night. Are we gonna play with or without Corbin?
Yes. I'm going to say yes.
Okay, tomorrow night we are going to play Mutants and Masterminds. It is a great show. So hang out with us on Dirk Industries. For that, Sunday we're not going to be doing our usual Redundica, the Redundant Ghost Ravnica, because it's the 4th of July, and I know for myself, I have to be home holding my dog while he has a panic attack because for some reason we still light PTSD-inducing bombs into the sky for a holiday celebration. It makes me sad inside.
Because America.
I'm not with you guys. I fucking love fireworks.
They are really pretty to look at. I just wish they weren't so loud. Who can invent
They
fireworks?
didn't sound
Keep it-
exactly
keep it
like
on the
bombs
board.
and gunshots. Then we'd be
Keep it on
fine.
the 4th is what I would say. Like people that are lighting them off on like the 1st or like the 7th.
Probably
You
right.
guys, no, get your shit together. Put it on the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Also, can we not do them on New Year's as well?
Yeah.
Skip New Year's?
Yeah.
Or every
One day.
baseball game.
One day.
Oh my god.
Or at every baseball. Yeah. Anywho, I have thoughts on fireworks. Then Tuesdays we do some lovely research and drink development. If you missed this Tuesday, please go back and watch it because it was a delight. We talked about.
It was fun, you guys. You did
It was
you did a
so
great
good.
job. That was great.
Before we started recording or anything, Phil said this doesn't make any fucking sense. It won't be entertaining. And then Laura said, I don't know if this is going to be as funny as you think it'll be. And then it was.
Say that? I just said I can't draw, but this will be. I surprised myself.
And it'll be. And then it was hysterical.
You've
was
got
good.
me intrigued. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, it was fun.
I
And we didn't shit
understand.
on Morgan.
We never shit on Morgan. Morgan thinks we shit on Morgan. We refer to him as our rules lawyer, which he fucking is.
I'm
And
not
needed.
technically. I'm not always the rule. No, I'm just kidding.
He's like, no, I am.
If you'd like to actually yourself in
That's
your
right,
ass,
that's
that'd be great.
Actually,
And then generally on Saturdays and Sundays, sometimes on Mondays and Tuesday evenings as well, I'm here playing a variety of video games on my channel, Nick's from Sticks 77.
Dude,
Tell
tell me you're playing more Little Nightmares this weekend.
I probably will. I'm
Fuck Mass
alternating
Effect.
between. Yeah, I'm trying to do a game thing where I'm playing 12 games in 12 months. Which yes, I understand that you could play well over 12 games in a year.
No, fuck that 12-year-old that said that to you.
But
Fuck
I
that
have
guy.
a life, and I also do this, so I can't play all the time. But yeah, so right now I'm playing the Mass Effect trilogy. Actually, relatively close to the end of Mass Effect from what I looked
She
at.
also started Little Nightmares last night, and having her shit her pants on stream was fucking hysterical. Little Nightmares is two things. It's puzzles, which she doesn't understand, and nightmare fuel, which just drives her to a level of insanity, which is insane. And I love it. All of it's entertaining. Watch her play Little Nightmares. You're going to be a horror stream. I'm going to push this to be...
I should transition into a horror stream
Yes.
because I don't do scary well, and it is really entertaining for everyone else except for me.
But you.
We're going to
And
find
the
a
same
way. We're going to find a way to get you to play PT and just have you fucking urinate on stream.
Nope.
Fear vomit in front of just everyone on Twitch.
Nope. So there's that. Yeah, and I'm blaming Noelle, who just posted in my
It is
chat,
Noelle's
Little
fault.
Nightmares. Woo! I'm blaming you for this.
It is Noelle's fault.
Because you suggested this game to me, and you made me watch both Bly Manor and Hill House. And so this whole venture into horror is your fault. So, anywho,
I just dropped the Discord link in both streams.
thank
Come hang
you.
out with us on Discord.
we do have a Discord. Come hang out with us. We are fun and generally delightful.
I'm
people.
surprised at how much t-shirt sub Discord.
Yeah, we
has
really
been
want to get T-shirts
active.
made. Apparently,
I,
Keep dropping them in there.
I can't. I
Someday.
might need help with the logistics of that one.
Hey, I tried to set something up and you guys shit on it. So we the
We
logistics are
can't
there.
prepay for stuff.
No, we don't have to. That's the point. We'll talk about this off air.
Okay.
Excellent. Have a great night, y'all. We will see you later.
next week.
Goodbye forever.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We're out on my stream.